Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll do a really quick unboxing of Thanatek's Tithe. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And this particular set of miniatures is for Warhammer Underworlds. Now I've picked this up recently just because there's been some of the Underworlds sets that have caught my eye. Basically some of the stuff with the Slanesh models in it, but anyway, I also did see this particular kit and thought I kind of like the look, and I have been getting a bit of a warming up towards the Ossiarch Bone Reapers as well for Age of Sigmar, so yeah, here we are. Anyway, front of the box of this little 5 miniature kit, so there's all 5 together and painted. I'm going to dread putting this together because I hated trying to paint bone white in the good old days, and I can't say I've improved since then either, so yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, that's very cool to have the 5 models there. In terms of the back, so each of the models does have a specific name, so it kind of reminds me of Kill Team in a way. So we've got Thanatek in the middle, and then the other 4 named models, Zar Tamok, Medeb-Ak, Sakmor, and Tokar. Once again, pronunciation could be, it's probably butchered, but anyway. Now, in addition to the models, there will be a number of cards as well. So we'll have some bilingual support, which is always nice to see, and some little quick reference cards with some stats on them. So that's definitely not too bad. So not a bad start for a little 5 mini set. So that was the box. Time to have a quick look at the actual sprue and some of these cards. And with everything out of the box, so I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting a grey plastic sprue. Instead, it's pretty much in bone white of some description, so I guess that kind of helps if you just want to clip them off and get straight to playing with them. But yeah, we have this, and then we've got this little pack with all the various cards. I have opened it just to have a quick sneak peek, but yeah, obviously I'll take everything out. So I guess let's do the boring stuff first, shall we? So in this card pack, and I do know to be careful because there's obviously the little cards as well. So we do have a number of these little cards for each of those different characters. So that does look like there will be bilingual support, so the grey silver side will be in some type of Asian dialect. In fact, both sides are. I actually don't know the actual significance of why one side is silver and one side is gold, but I'm sure if I read up it'll tell me. So we have these. We have all these various little, I guess, equivalent to datasheet cards from Warhammer 40k, all in different languages, and I suspect it's the top one that will interest me. So this one will be the English one. So we have the 5 fighters, a little bit of some little fluff text, and then on the back we pretty much have some of the characteristics and attributes of the, I dare say, squad team. Yeah, squad or team, either either. I'm going to interchangeably use those terms. So we do have that written there, and as I said, we've obviously got these in different languages, so that's always nice. And then lastly, there is this little fold-out sheet just on how to put the models together. So it looks like everything is going to be snap fit for these, which I guess is both good and bad. Good for those who are relatively inexperienced. I don't want to necessarily say bad, but I have typically had hit and miss experiences with the Games Workshop snap fit. So do what you do to put these models together nicely. Now, I will already say, even though they look pretty straightforward and, you know, they've been given some level of dynamic posing, they are going to be relatively monopose in the way that everything has been pretty much planned ahead for you. So it doesn't look like there's too much. I take that back. There's always room for conversion. but it's not going to be readily available converting. You'll have to hack and snip and all sorts of things, but that's pretty much the completed team together in the base plastic color. So that was part of those inclusions, so I'm going to put these away because the last thing we want to do is lose stuff. And in typical Games Workshop fashion, things do not want to slide back into that little card pack. Got there in the end though. And then just to wrap up the unboxing, here's the actual sprue itself in that bone white. Now the detailing, I will admit, is still very nice. I mean, we can see, don't ask me who this particular model is, but just a quick look at some of that detailing there. Am I going to get confused with some of it? Of course I am. But I do like how also the bases have been done and actually given some type of tactical clay. I'm going to call it clay effect. It's definitely not a rock, but yeah, you can definitely see, you know, it's the type of like dried earth type of look. In terms of the other side, very hollow these ones, which isn't a problem, but that is very cool. And once again, we can hopefully just see some of the detailing there on some of these models, so it is very cool. Now thankfully enough, not all the bone is coming through. There's a lot of robes and cloth that covers these models, so it's not all going to be sheer horror and terror trying to do bone white. Although with that being said, and I guess it's probably a good thing that they're not in grey, they're actually in this bone white. I'm thinking of probably doing more speed painting with these, so I will uncharacteristically undercoat these in white, get a good white coverage on it, and then try and just use those speed paints, contrast paints, and just go about it that way and see how it pans out. This is just mainly because the models look cool. I'm not expecting to use them, play with them, etc. It's just one of those play something, well, put together something and paint something that is not 40k. And as I said at the beginning of the video, there are some Slaanesh models that I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. And I'll do videos of those unboxings in the future. So that was the sprue. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of Thanatek's Tithe. Does look like a really cool little Warworld team squad. I apologize in advance, I'm not too sure of the terminology for Underworlds, but it does look cool. It does give me like the weird Age of Sigmar kill team variation. Or is that Warcry? Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, team looks good. Hopefully it will just be one of those things that I put together in my own time, and yeah, I might do a quick short of once I put all the models together before I start painting them, just to say, hey, I actually did put some stuff together. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. This does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. Extra stuff is also on Instagram, the community tab, so feel free to check out both. It's pretty much work in progress stuff, so you may even catch the actual built versions of these over there. But with that being said, stay safe and take care, and I'll catch you all in a future video. See ya.